Hello everyone, I am Malav Shah. I am Head of Legal and Compliance Officer of NSDL. I look after the legal and compliance activities and also the dispute resolution mechanism at NSDL for the benefit of investors and the depository participants. Today, I will take you through the new online dispute resolution mechanism which has been put in place by SEBI along with all other MIIs together. Today I will cover the comparison between an old system and the new system, which is completely online. We will introduce you and take you through the mechanism and how the various stakeholders are operating in this new mechanism. We will also show you some snippets of the portal and how you run through or view the portal. Thirdly, we will also cover the how the conciliators, conciliation and arbitration proceedings are working around, along with the associated fees which is applicable, the ODR institutions who are involved into this process, the conciliators, arbitrators, how they are empaneled, their roles and responsibilities, and code of conduct applicable to them. Lastly, there is certain do's and don'ts for the investors and market participants. Let me take you through the difference between the earlier redressal system and the current redressal system. The old redressal system where the investor was able to file complaint disputes against brokers and depository participants. However, the other options were not available. So now in the new system, you can file the disputes also against other types of securities market intermediaries like mutual funds, portfolio management service providers, etc. The escalation process also there has been slight change. Now the conciliation process, there is an arbitration process, there was an appellate arbitration and court of law. However, in the new system, the appellate arbitration is not available. Secondly, the investor grievance redressal committee stage is also has been subsumed in the conciliation stage. So the earlier compared to earlier system, the new system is little shorter and in a much faster manner. Now let me just go through a little bit of the earlier system. Now the earlier redressal system was run through the exchanges and depositories. Let me run through you the earlier system which was done by the exchanges in a short manner. So, an investor who had a complaint against a broker, he used to file an application with the exchanges giving details about its dispute and the complaint to the exchange. The exchange would take up this matter with the broker, a trading member, which we call, and again ask for a response from the trading member about the complaint of the investor. The trading member may give a response, and that response is then again shared to the exchange and further to the complainant and asking that is resolved. It's still the complainant says that he's still not happy with the response from the broker, then the matter would get referred to the investor grievance redressal panel or a committee. The investor grievance committee would hold a meeting between the complainant and the trading member. Either physically this meeting is conducted or through a video conference for resolution of the matter. The committee would hear both the parties together and finally pass a award or an order which could be in a favor of trading member or could be in the favor of broker, could be in a favor of the complainant, and arrive at a settlement. If the complainant is still not satisfied with the outcome of the investor grievance committee, then he can further request for referring the matter to the arbitration. The arbitrator will conduct the hearing of both the parties and finally pass an award. In case by any chance again the complainant is unsatisfied with the award, then he can again request for an appeal and for an appellate before an appellate arbitration. The appellate arbitration tribunal will once again hear the matter and finally pass the award. So this was the earlier mechanism which was conducted by the exchanges. Now, under the new grievance redressal system, there are three levels. A client has to first initiate a complaint against the market participant by filing it to the market participant, investor grievance cell or team. Then the level 2 is the SEBI scores portal. If you are unsatisfied, then the matter can be escalated to SEBI scores portal. Again, this matter will be referred to the market participant for a resolution of the complaint. Then there is a level 3, that is the ODR portal. Under the ODR portal, there are further 4 stages, which is MII review, conciliation, arbitration, and lastly, ultimately the court of law. Now, I will cover all the 3 stages in the next slides. So, after level 1, the next level is scores. Now, if a complainant is not satisfied with the response of the market participant, then he can raise this matter and file it on the scores platform. Once it is filed, the complaint will get automatically forwarded to the concerned market participant like the stockbrokers or a depository participant, mutual fund, etc. And a copy of that will be also go to a designated body who are looking after those intermediaries. For an example, the designated bodies are stock exchanges, depository participants, AMFI, etc. Now, the market participant or the intermediary will review the complaint filed by the complainant and will give a response on the scores platform within 21 days. Once the response is received, it will again go automatically to the complainant on the scores portal where the complainant can review the response. If complainant is fine with the response, then the matter will be disposed of or closed. If he is not satisfied, he may ask for a review. In that review period, again the designated body will review the response and give a status reply to the complainant. If the complainant is still not satisfied with the response with the status of his complaint or resolution, then he may escalate matter to level 3, which is the online dispute resolution portal or smart ODR. So next level is ODR mechanism. If an investor is not satisfied at the level 1, level 2, then he can move to the ODR mechanism. There is also a possibility that a market participant may also initiate a dispute on the ODR portal by giving a 15 calendar days notice to the investor for resolution of dispute if he is not happy with the resolution. So this option of ODR mechanism is available to both the investor and market participant as well. There are certain exceptions. So what kind of complaints cannot be filed on the ODR mechanism? So first is if the dispute is not under, if already the matter is before an arbitration process or a court or tribunal or consumer forum, then the same matter or complaint cannot be filed on the ODR portal. Next up, there are certain non-arbitrable matters under Indian law, which are like the insolvency proceedings are already ongoing against the market participant. Then those kind of matters cannot be also arbitrated or filed on this. Or if the complaint is against the government of India or president or any state. So the investor has to be mindful that certain exceptions are there. So before filing a complaint, he should look after this. The dispute resolution portal also can be initiated within the law of limitation. So there is a certain time limits within which the complaint has to be filed on the ODR portal. If the time is already elapsed for that, then those matters may not be considered in a later stage. So the ODR's mechanism is available for resolution of disputes between investors, clients, and various SEBI registered intermediaries. Now these SEBI registered intermediaries are like stockbrokers, listed companies, bankers to an issue, a registrar and transfer agent, AIFs, depository participants, investment advisors, merchant bankers, portfolio managers. As I mentioned to you earlier, there's a major difference between the old one and the new one is that earlier it was only stockbrokers, depository participants or listed companies who were part of it. Now all other intermediaries are now part of for which you can use this ODR online dispute resolution portal. If institutional and corporate clients are going to avail services of the market participant now, so they have at the time of availing that, they also now exercise that option right now, that when they enter into new contractual arrangement, and they can choose that whether they would like to use ODR portal or ODR mechanism for resolving all the disputes, or they would like to use a separate independent institutional mediation, conciliation, or arbitration mechanism in India. So they have a full-fledged choices if they are so far corporate clients are concerned. Now moving on. Now in the ODR system, the stakeholders which are involved who have able to use this system, first and foremost is the market infrastructure institutions, MIIs, the stock exchange and depositories, the ODR institutions. Now, ODR institutions are those institutions which are empaneled by the MIIs who are very good and capable enough to undertaking a time-bound online conciliation arbitration processes by using new technologies or by online video. The processes are more technologically advanced, and they also have qualified conciliator arbitrators on their panel. So during the last few months, each MIIs have selected various ODR institutions to empanel with them, and at least one ODR institution have been already empaneled with each MII for facilitating the services for the ODR system to the investors and the market participants. Next is the market participants. So market participants are those against whom their complaints are filed. They also have to participate and use this system for responding to the complaints. Lastly, the investors. So investors can file their disputes and complaints on the system. Now the securities market approach for resolution through ODR product. That's what the name is, Smart ODR in short. This entire portal development has been a joint effort by the MIs and the ODR institutions since last several months, and a lot of efforts have been put to operationalize this platform. The ODR, it's a very common portal, so it's all collective MI. It's not a separate portal for each MI. It's a very common portal, so that an investor can easily file a complaint on this system, and then matter can further allocated to the respective MIs. The access to all the investors and producers already there available. They can register. The investor can register on that portal and file a complaint for resolution of their disputes. All other market participants like listed companies, mutual funds, stockbrokers, depositors have been enrolled on the Smart ODR portal. They have been granted access IDs which various specifications already have been granted. Now, these market participants and the MIs, there is also for the betterness of for the awareness of the investors, a specific link of the ODR portal is also made available on the various websites like stockbrokers websites, MII websites, like NSDL's websites or exchange websites, or other where the link is available, so that the investor is available and click on a link and go to this portal. The MIIs collectively also monitor regularly and upgrade the ODR portal by introducing new features or based on feedbacks, or there is some to clear any bugs and fixes, etc. The ODR portal is also on a regular basis are subject to audit or inspections by SEBI or other requirements on audits, so that all the SEBI requirements are fulfilled and satisfied on a regular basis.